Hello everybody, it's me Roscoe and welcome to the latest instalment of Game Day, and we're back at Portman Road. Happy Easter to you all. It's a sunny day in Suffolk as Ipswich Town take on Arsenal in the Premier League. Kieran McKenna's team, 6 games left to go in the top flight. They take on a Mikel Arteta team who have just beaten Real Madrid to reach semi-finals of the Champions League. So yeah, it doesn't get any easier, but bring it on. Obviously last weekend it was a 2-2 draw against Chelsea. Obviously they were 2-0 up and they threw it away, but Chelsea are a good team, aren't they? But yeah, today doesn't get any easier as the referee does the goal line technology. Nice little behind the scenes here for you. Hopefully it's working today. But yeah, we're going to normal stick as ever. Media scran, the team news, the thoughts from the Coway Army. Let's get right into it. Hope you enjoy as ever. And I've also got myself, if I can find it in my pocket. I can't find it. I have found it. Got a nice little Easter egg by the guys who give us the accreditation and all that when we come into the ground. But let's nip upstairs, say hello to the boys and everyone else. Let's get right into it. Okay, then now in the media suite, got myself a cheeky programme. Chappers is on it. The food is also in the belly. It was a lasagna. Someone who's next to me said he heard whispers. It could be a fry-up, which...
You said it. You've heard the same comments.
Yeah, especially because it's a Sunday game, 2 p.m.
Rumours spread.
They do spread. Sometimes they're false.
Sometimes you get information from insiders that you need to verify before sharing, and we haven't gone on and put articles up on the ADT website saying, exclusive fry up at Portman Road, but we've heard rumours. You don't want to build on them too much, and ultimately these ones were unsubstantiated.
Yeah, but do you know what? It was a solid lasagna, and lasagna, they're fine. But we've got a nice little bit of wedges, some bread with it as well. Solid. You obviously put it on your social media, and presentation's hard with lasagna. You can't. You can only do what you can.
Look, at the end of the day, we're not in a Michelin star restaurant, are we? We're here because we want food to taste nice. Yeah, and it did. It was good.
Definitely ends up. I've had a smoothie as well and all that jazz. And yogurt. Oh, there's a little bit of bread here. Team news is about to drop, so let's get into that. AJ, who do you reckon? Any surprises?
No.
We'll find out.
Okay, then as you can see, I'm now in my snappy snap position. Arsenal fans very loud in the away end. The players have had to come out of the tunnel. Team news dropped a little while ago. One change for Kieran McKenna's team that took on Chelsea last week, and that change is Jacob Reeves in for Cameron Burgess in defence, and that's pretty much it. Arsenal, they've got 3 changes. Bukayo Saka starts for the Gunners. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he's like in the flesh. But yeah, let's see what happens in the first half. Let's go, get some snappy snaps, and at the moment, the weather is pretty good for the snappy snaps, so hopefully the sun doesn't come out and ruins the sunlight. So let's see what happens. Let's go. Well, full time here at Portman Road, Ipswich Town have been beaten 4-0 by Arsenal. Leif Davis got sent off as well. Here with George. Man, oh man, my friend. 7 home defeats in a row in the league, which is not a good stat. Opening thoughts, my friend.
Try not to cry, really. It's it's kind of a bit depressing going to football at the moment. 7 losses in a row at home, staring relegation very much in the face. Well, we have been for a while. Just waiting for it to be confirmed, really, and we'll just play a bit of freedom. But when we tried that today, it didn't really work. We know how good Arsenal are. We saw them in the Champions League. 5-1 against Real Madrid.
Yeah, we're hoping that was going to have a little hangover from that.
I thought they might play the kids, but
they didn't. They played strong team. Yeah.
I thought they might play the kids, just rotation. And when I saw the start 11, I just went, "Oh boy,
long afternoon."
Yeah, this could be. Yeah, it could have been very long. And well, it was really that they started off well. They started off so well, didn't they? And I thought we might put them under a bit of pressure. When we did, they would make a few mistakes, but then those team goals.
Yeah.
We have to applaud those. They were really good goals. It was 2-0 down, and then the Leif Davis moment. I will go through my version of events. I just saw Saka spring up like a spring, and then saw the red and was like, whoa. At home, apparently it was a red card, but I've seen it now and I'm a bit like,
yeah,
no.
It's interesting. But then if it's against you, then you're like, get him off. But it's yeah.
Looking back on the replay, it looks like it's a controlled tackle. I think if it was uncontrolled, Saka took the first touch and Leaf come barging into him, that's a red. Can't argue with that. But Saka takes a few touches, and then Leaf gets him, and I feel that's a controlled tackle. He's not trying to it's not uncontrolled.
No,
Day.
I
He's
think
in
the problem
control
is
thing
Davis had an incident earlier in the game with Trossard.
Yes, he did.
And I think it maybe lost his head a little bit there, and I think maybe the referee's remembered that, and he's been a bit reckless here, but it wasn't reckless, but I don't know.
Yeah, that did lead to one of the goals, didn't it? That.
Yeah.
But that just changed the whole game really. We just went to the back 5, 3 in midfield, Hurst up top just to run around for a little bit, and then Arsenal just controlled the game, didn't they? Just thought it was a training session. Got 2 more goals. It finished 4-0, and we're just like, well. I know it sounds awful. It's not really long to go now, really.
Yeah, only 5 more games after this, so that's fine.
Yeah, 5 more to go.
Trip to Newcastle, Everton, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also just trying to enjoy it whilst we can, really, and then go back to the Championship and then just rebuild from there, and then hopefully try and bounce back straight away. But, it's all fun and games at the end of the day, isn't it? But we follow Town up and down, don't we? We'll be there next season, as always. But, yeah, up the Town.
So, man. And the final duo joining me is the King and North John Watson and Peachy, because everyone else is just gone. Just, because we're losing games now, people just don't want to talk to me, which is just a shame. But you boys,
I don't think it's personal, Ross.
No, it's not. No. I think obviously it is Easter Sunday, so I'm sure they've got
Easter eggs to eat.
Yeah, that and dinners and all that. Should we talk about the football, or should we?
Do we have to?
Should we gloss over it a little bit? We'll start with you, John. Last week, 2-2 draw against Chelsea, sort of respectable result in a way. We could have won that, but we threw away another lead. But today, it showed that the difference in quality and defensively as well. Town were not at it.
Absolutely. I mean, let's be fair. Arsenal are full of quality in their side, aren't they? And I guess we needed them to have a kind of eyes elsewhere and maybe rest a few and maybe not be at it. But they came and started really brightly, didn't they? And from minute 1 they were on top. It's not surprising, but I thought we defended okay for the first 15 minutes or so. Yep. Kept our shape well. And then the first goal was a typical goal that we conceded. It seemed softer than the goal, their attacking play before that we defended well, if you know what I mean. Yeah. They were clinical. For me, the game's gone mental. The game's not gone, but that's never a red card for me. I've just seen it back, and I didn't think it was even a yellow card at the time. I can see why it is a yellow card. Leaf's caught the back of Saka's heel, hasn't he? But he's not dangerous. It's not deliberate. It's not one of those kind of situations that he's gone in there nasty. So for me, he kind of spoiled the game as a spectacle. I'm not saying it changed the result.
No, I wouldn't change the result. Yeah. It's okay. Someone went. That's fine.
No, I just gave a death stare there. Sorry.
Getting our shot there. You got the whole bloody road. Well, don't get in the road when there's a car. You don't run over. But yeah.
I just felt like it changed the game as a spectacle because we sat really in banks of a 5 and a 3 and a 1, didn't we? It changed the game from how we went at it. It wasn't a red card. It should never have been a red card. How come we didn't get a yellow card when there was a deliberate foul on Enciso? There was another foul in the first half. I've forgotten who it was against. It was against Hurst, and he got taken out. And blatant foul. It should have been a yellow card. Nothing. And then we get a straight red.
The consistency's not there, is it?
And that's what you want. You want a bit of consistency across everything. And for me, Arsenal were much the better side throughout. Morsey had a good second half, still wanted the ball and tried to control the game where he could. I thought Hurst worked really hard, but it was job done at 2-0 already before the sending off. There's not a cat in hell's chance that we were going to get back into that game. So, suck it up. And we are looking forward to hopefully enjoying a couple of good performances or a couple of victories before the end of the season. But really, we're starting to think about next year now, aren't we?
Yeah, very much so. Peachy, come in, my friend. What you got to say?
Well, I agree with the red card. I agree with King of the North there. It's not reckless at all. And he's caught Saka and Saka's got hurt. And he's just caught him. Yellow card. Red. Really? I do think if that's the other way around, what does the ref give? But that's just my little biased opinion, obviously. but it didn't change the game. I mean, Arsenal were one of the best teams I've seen down here this year. Did find it weird their fans are trying to start a little rival thing us going down. It's like, well, thanks for telling us.
But then we were booing Saka, which I thought was a bit.
Yeah.
I know it's cheap, and it's just cheap. That's what you do when a player of your team has had a player sent off. You then target the player that got him sent off.
That's the unwritten rule of football, isn't it?
Pretty much.
I didn't boo him personally, but no, I can see why the fans got a bit agitated. There was some fouls we didn't get, and I think it was Saliba trying to swap shirts with Taylor in the penalty area. I mean, it sounds like I'm blaming the ref for this whole game, but it's not.
No.
It's, we were far better beaten by the better team, and Arsenal very
Let's
It's
be
just
fair.
it's just
We're not being bitter.
no,
about that.
not at all.
I
No,
just-
no,
Yeah,
no, no.
any Arsenal fans watching this, yeah, you deservedly won that. You're a very good team and enjoy the semi-finals of Champions League. But yeah, bloody hell.
Arsenal fans singing about us going down, sing about your own club, sing
Yeah.
about like being top second in the league.
Obviously, we did chant, you know, second again, ole, ole, ole.
Again,
but-
we're going down. Let us have a moment to sing about something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
pretty much. Yeah. But Peachy, like 7 home defeats in a row. We've got to
I
talk
know,
about that.
I
That's-
know.
Well, this used to be the fortress,
It
Portman
did.
Road, but this season,
My nephew Jude was here today, and I turned around to him and said, "This is the Ipswich Town I was brought up on at your age, and I was down here in like 92, 93, 94 in the Premier League. We get beat every week." But it's nice the fans are staying with the
Yeah, at the
players.
end, it was
and,
great,
and
yeah.
so they and so we should, because anyone who's you can criticise certain things this season, but you're going to stop. No one did, but you stop booing players, get on the players. No, just
it's about quality,
Yeah.
a leap in quality, not a lack of effort, not a investment, not a togetherness, not any of that. We've got all that. We're just not as good as we want to be. You know,
And
that's
when you're
where we're
playing
at.
teams like they've just gone and knocked out Real Madrid, but,
Yeah.
you know,
a few days ago.
Over 2 legs.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a fluke, was it? So. The Odegaard was absolutely amazing. I think he's one of the best midfielders I think I've ever seen play.
Yeah.
I think he's a touch of quality. You know, I thought Newcastle at home was probably the best
yeah,
performance by a
Team
team.
performance,
But
yeah.
I thought Odegaard just ran the show today.
yeah, that's just the quality.
Yeah.
But we've got a trip up to the north, my friend. Newcastle
Absolutely.
next.
Let's stuff him.
Yeah, we'll beat them. I obviously feel sorry for Leif Davis. He's going to miss that game, but once again, I know a lot of people have had a lot of backlash of that with Alex Jones, of course, colleague, who sort of said that he's going to miss that game, but then it's like, oh, he'll probably care more about Newcastle. I don't know.
Oh, what a load.
Anyway,
What a load of
rubbish.
rubbish. Like, yeah, is that the keyboard warriors and all
Yeah,
that?
all that jazz, yeah,
well, I mean, yeah, people always complain about something, don't
they do.
Perhaps they take their frustrations out.
And
bless
players never like to do well against the hometown club.
No,
so,
yeah. He was scoring absolutely correct. No, he's suspended for that game anyway. Although I don't know if they will like appeal that. Maybe that's me just saying this right now after the game, but.
We won't get it even if we appeal. It'll be extended
true.
to 14 games or something if we appeal.
We're not certain in a certain group of clubs to get that privilege. In my opinion.
Yes, in his opinion, yeah, his words, not mine.
Not the Kings of Anglia
No,
opinion.
no. But boys, let's wrap this up. Big shout out to Jess, your
Yes.
daughter, who's recording this, and I think her hands are like, come on, wrap this up, guys.
Shut up, Dan. Shut
Yeah,
up, Peachy.
final thoughts though.
I expected a defeat. We got one. Wasn't happy about the manner of the.
Yeah.
But as I say, the red card changed it. Let's just move on. There's not much to take from that. You know, we talked about taking positives. There's not really any positives to take today. Let's move on. Let's regroup and try to get something next weekend and give a team performance.
Top man, Peachy.
I was only joking about that group of clubs.
No, it's fine.
I saw your look. Bless you.
No, that's fine.
No, I'm only messing. No, it's like King North said. We didn't expect a win today. Got a defeat. We move on to Newcastle. Another week. Do we keep the relegation off?
Yep.
Who knows? Or do we go down? But anyway, up at town.
Up at town, yeah, and let's enjoy our Easter eggs and all that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thanks again for watching Game Day. Bye bye for now, and see ya at Newcastle.